Paul, you guys had that stretch where in the third quarter or in the second half where you guys cut it to 3. After that point, what would you say kind of made the difference between the two sides down the stretch?
Yeah, obviously fighting back and cutting it to 3, in the second half was really big for us, and we almost got all the way back to where we wanted to be, and then we gave up some easy baskets on the other side. They're a really good team, and they can score in a lot of different ways. So they kind of did that and pulled away from us towards the end.
Paul, how do you look at, they had such a big difference on, points in the paint, second chance points, rebounding, sort of those physical stats. What led to that tonight? And how do you guys react and try to correct that going forward?
Yeah, obviously we want to, our goal is to own the paint, and, we want to win that side of the battle. And obviously that didn't happen today. So I'm sure we're going to work on it this next coming week. Our coaches will, help us with that, and we'll be better next time.
Dug a bit of a hole early. What allowed you guys to get going and get back into it?
Yeah, we came out a little slow, a little stagnant on offense. Weren't moving it quite as much as we should have been, and then we got to moving the ball, getting easier looks, playing better as a team. Getting stops on defense too really helped, and that let us get back into the game.
What are some positives that you can take away? It seemed like every time they threw a punch, you guys had a counter punch really until the end there. Yeah, we just wanted to keep fighting, and they're never gonna just back down either. So just keep on grinding. Try to win every 4 minute, every media timeout. Try to cut the deficit is what we were trying to do, and we were able to do that towards the beginning of the second half, but got away from us a little bit. And they're a good team, so next time we play them, we'll be better.
Thought South Dakota State played tremendous. Credit to them. Part of it was us. Part of it's they're a really, really good team with a lot of experience. They got 6 guys that have played in this game, understand the meaning of a game like this, and I think our lack of experience in something like this really showed today. Very clear to see. Thought our bench was great. I thought Steve was really good. I know the stats don't show that, but I thought he was very good on defense. Isaac, Boom, and Vaughn. Obviously, Vaughn has been playing extremely well. Caleb being out since last Thursday, I thought really hurt us. Looked a little rusty. Just looked like he wasn't in a flow, right? And just not great defensively as well. And he knows that, right? We talk about that. But we'll get him back, right? There's a reason why he's our leading scorer, because he's done it consistently throughout this season. But the difference in the game, they own the paint. Gave up 17 second chance points, and I think they scored 16 points off our 15 turnovers, right? So anytime you do that against any team in the league, not going to be great for you. I'm just lucky we played at home. Otherwise, it could have been a 30-point game. Credit to our guys for battling back. I think we cut it to 3, right? And a lot of those bench guys were in when we cut it to 3. And we've been through this a lot this year where we get down early and we come storming back, and then we just don't have enough left in the tank to finish the game. So credit to South Dakota State. They played really, really well. They have 2 of the best players in the league, I think. And we know it's going to be a challenge when we play them again.
Coach, you mentioned that point where you guys cut it to 3. From that point on, what do you think was the separator between the two sides?
They made shots. We didn't make shots. Pretty simple to say as a coach, but a lot of stuff. Like I could say a lot of stuff. But I would say if you watch us against St. Thomas and then you watch us today, thought we played together, thought we were tough, thought we did the little things really, really well to help beat a really good team at home. And we kind of forgot what that was about. And I just didn't think we shared the ball extremely well. And, defensively, it just wasn't there down the stretch, right? So, again, they made shots. We didn't make shots. You look at the box score. We scored 26 points in the first half and 29. And, we shot a lot of threes. Typically, when over half of your shots are threes, it's not a good thing. If you make them, it's great. But if you do that consistently as a team, you're not going to win many games.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the 3-point shots because you shot 16 in the first half, 16 in the second. Did you feel like the offense was just kind of stagnant, kind of settling for shots, or?
Thought we took some really quick shots early in the shot clock. What I was trying to tell our team in the huddle is, guys, we'll get that shot with 9 seconds left in the shot clock. We don't have to take it 6 seconds in. We'll still get a good look. We just got to move their defense a little bit. Like statistically, they're not a great defensive team. They're not. But when we stand around and we just stare at the ball and we're not moving and we're not sacrifice cutting to the rim or screening people, then we're standing around and they're just watching us, and it makes it really easy for them on defense, and then they don't work, and then they're better on offense, obviously. So a lot goes into it, but just thought we were, a little bit stagnant, and we just took the easy way out. Not going to say soft, but the easy way out, and just fired threes early in the shot clock.
And then you mentioned, getting out rebounded by 10, second chance points, and points in the paint. What about their personnel makes them so tough to guard inside?
Honestly, I thought we did a good job inside. We doubled the post one time to start the half, and that's it. And Luke Apple had 12, and some of it was on offensive rebounds, right? As far as just scoring in there, William Kyle made a few plays, but he had 11 points, right? So it's not like one of their post players has 20 and they're just kicking our tails, right? So I would say mainly with those guys is rebounding. The rebounding piece is huge. And then just staying down and walling people up versus jumping at shot fakes and putting them at the free throw line. And I know they didn't shoot a lot of free throws, but we didn't either. But just being super solid. So I don't know if the inside game was the difference. Thought our guys worked really hard and fought hard in the second half to make them catch it further out. But, if you look at what the difference was on the stat sheet, easily had 19 points, right? And you expect Mayo to score some points. You expect William Kyle to be really, really good every single game. But when they have another guy score 19 on you, that's the difference. And I thought he played great.
You had that, great win on Thursday, and it's fair to say you've probably been up and down here in the league play. How do you address it with your team? What do you try to master here with just playing as consistent as you can and, bringing the best effort you have every time out?
Yeah, I would say owning the paint, not turning the ball over, and rebounding. And usually we're a very good rebounding team. I think we're top 100 in the country. So we don't get out-rebounded very often. But I always say, it doesn't take any talent to rebound. It doesn't take any talent to box out. I can teach you how to box out. I can teach you how to box out. And you just got to be tough, right? And just hold that box out and go pursue the ball with two hands. So it's not like anything major, like changing ball screen defense or changing our offense or whatever. We got some good looks, but when you go 1 for 4, 1 for 7, 1 for 4, 2 for 8, as starters, that's hard. And I think the difference was we really shared the ball against St. Thomas and got better looks, and your percentages go down when you're taking quick shots or not taking the right shot. So we got to get back to just playing together and understanding we got to trust each other, and we got to be unselfish as far as, I'm not saying we're a selfish team, but as far as just cutting to the rim, screening for somebody, right? Doing all those little things that helps us get really good shots.
Hill's been looking pretty good of late. What have you seen in him that's kind of allowed him to rise up?
He can make threes, and he's 6'10". I don't know. I talked again after St. Thomas about this a little bit. Vaughn came to us, and he was about 160 pounds and probably 6'8", 6'9", so he's grown a little bit. But I just saw something there, right? Anybody that he's that big and he can shoot it, his release point's so high off the floor, right? So it's hard to contest his shot. You bring him here, and we knew last year it was a struggle because he weighed 160 pounds, right? So we had to redshirt him, and I know he doesn't look like he's 200 pounds right now, but he's not 200 pounds, but he's put on weight, right? He's still a little bit thin, but he works really hard. He's our best talker when we practice. He talks everything out. So it's not just the shooting piece is what I'm saying. He tries to get every rebound. He got a huge rebound for us late in the St. Thomas game to send it to overtime. And certain players, you just talked about going like this. Vaughn has been slowly going like this. And as a coach, you're an absolute idiot if you don't play a guy like that, right? Started on the scout team, and some guys look at scout team as it's maybe demoralizing where you're not getting reps against, the other team, right? And I look at it like it's a way to get better, right? You get to play at practice where you're not sharing reps with people, where you're splitting the guys that play, 3 guys are getting reps at one spot. So you're splitting those reps 3 ways. And on scout team, you get every rep. So I know they're not doing what we're doing, but it's a way for Vaughn to play all those minutes at practice and really get better. So you combine that with the skill development piece and then playing at practice, and Vaughn's gotten a lot better. Some of the better players I've coached that, at different levels started on the scout team and earned their minutes, and that's what Vaughn's done. He showed up every single day at practice. He's never complained. He's talked to me a lot because he wants to play, and I just kept saying, Vaughn, you're very close. You do these 2 things better, and you're going to play for us. And took it to heart. He's got better, and I think he played really, really well today.
Coach, how impressed can you be with the resiliency? Got down by double digits multiple times, made multiple runs, cut it to the 3 in that second half.
We have some tough guys, and I think that really showed against St. Thomas. It just wasn't very consistent tonight or today. So, yeah, you expect your team to have some fight, especially in a game like this. Like, you can't roll over. You just got to keep going. And, you get those timeouts, and you can look in their eyes and see what's going on, right? And I think, obviously, for Max and Paul and Isaac and some of those South Dakota kids, it's different, right? They have a tremendous sense of pride. But like I mentioned to start the press conference, we do have a lot of guys that have never played in a game like this and don't truly understand what this means across their chest when you're playing South Dakota State, right? And let's be honest, guys, we haven't won too many of these games. Last time we beat them was during COVID, right? If I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, that's probably right. And if you look over the last 20 times we played them, we haven't beat them too often. So I love rivalry games. We got to hold up our end of the rivalry to make it a true rivalry game, right? It just can't be, we're just playing South Dakota because they're South Dakota, right? So we definitely got to get better, and we got one senior, and I told our guys, listen, just remember this, right? Because I expect a lot of you guys to be here next year, and this can't happen again. Absolutely not.
What's the message to the team going forward to this upcoming week now?
Got to get back to the winning things, right? The little things are the winning things, and always put stuff on the board. And before St. Thomas, it was do the little things great. Be great at the little things, because the little things are winning things. And it was a quote by MLK, basically. I'm just paraphrasing it because it was MLK week for us. So just getting back to the basics and doing the little things, and little things are winning things. And we know Denver's good. I haven't seen any of the scores today, but we know Denver's really good, and UMKC's a tough place to play. They're super tough. They're physical. They get after you, and it's no secret. We turn the ball over like crazy, right? You had 15 turnovers today, so we know it's going to be challenging, but you can't fix everything at once. We always say if everything's important, nothing's important, right? Because it's just not possible. So got to do 2 or 3 things a lot better to have a chance to win, and it's harder on the road. Thanks, guys. Go Yotes.